Business owners, are you still running your business on a handshake and a promise? That handshake, it might just cost you everything. You know what time it is. It's time for the Friday Legal Fix. Here's the deal. Most small business owners don't know this, but verbal contracts can be legally binding. But the moment something goes wrong, and sometimes it does, you're left trying to prove what was said, when, and by whom. Good luck with that. The law actually requires certain agreements to be in writing. This comes from a thing called the Statute of Frauds. And if your deal falls into one of these five categories and it's not documented, it's legally unenforceable and you have nothing. So here are the five contracts that must be in writing. Number one, anything involving real estate, buying it, selling it, leasing it for more than 1 year. It's got to be in writing, full stop. I've seen business owners agree verbally to lease commercial space for 18 months. The landlord changes the terms, raises the rent mid lease, and without a written agreement, that business owner is negotiating from zero. You cannot fight what was never written down. Number two, any sale of goods worth more than $500. This comes from something called the Uniform Commercial Code, or the UCC. It's the law governing business transactions across most of the United States. If you're buying or selling goods over $500 and it's not documented, you are exposed. I don't care how long you've known the vendor. I don't care if you've been in business with them for 5 years. Document it, because when the relationship changes, and sometimes it does, you're going to wish that you had. Number three, any agreement that cannot be completed within 1 year. Hiring a contractor, retaining a consultant, service agreement running past 12 months, put it in writing. I've seen small business owners lose thousands, because they had a we'll figure it out arrangement with a service provider. 2 years in, the relationship sours, nothing to enforce, nothing to fall back on. We'll figure it out is not a contract, it's a setup. Now, before I give you the last two, I want to be real with you for a second. Most business owners I work with, they're not skipping contracts because they're careless. They're skipping them because the contracts feel complicated or they feel expensive. And I get it. But stick with me, because I'm also going to give you exactly what you need at a minimum, and it's really less than you think. All right, back at it. Number four, you're promising to pay someone else's debt, co-signing for a business partner, guaranteeing a vendor that you'll cover a colleague's invoice, promising a lender that you'll back someone else's loan. If that guarantee is not in writing, it doesn't hold up. And if things go sideways, guess who's on the hook with no documentation to protect them? You. And last, number five. This is the one that I've seen destroy businesses. Partnership agreements and anything involving intellectual property. If you built it with someone, a brand, a product, a system, a process, and there's no written agreement on who owns what, well, when things fall apart, and I said when, not if, they're going to go back to the document. And if there's no document, that fight gets very expensive very fast. Now, here's the good news. You don't need a 40-page contract for every single deal. For most small business transactions, a simple written agreement, even a detailed email with key terms spelled out, is better than nothing. The date, the parties involved, what's being exchanged, what happens if somebody doesn't deliver, and how either party can exit. That is your baseline. Build it up from there. Want more tips about how to keep you and your business out of legal hot water? Like, follow, and subscribe, or head on over to topemployermistakes.com and download your free guide. I've also got some new goodness for you at smallbizlegalguide.com. That's biz with two Z's. This is Aisha from Cedric Andrews, your small business legal guide. I'll see you next week.